Falcons fans, can you feel that familiar, sickening lurch in the pit of your stomach? That cold, creeping dread that whispers, "Is this it? Is this how our championship dreams unravel before they even begin?" What if the very foundation of your franchise's meticulously constructed offensive line, the guardian of your prized quarterback, suddenly shatters into 1,000 pieces just weeks before the season kicks off? Imagine the sheer, gut-wrenching despair of watching a potential Super Bowl run morph into another year of unfulfilled potential, all because of an injury that leaves your most crucial position exposed and vulnerable. This isn't just a hypothetical nightmare. It's the stark, terrifying reality currently gripping the Atlanta Falcons, and their next move could determine whether 2025 is a triumphant breakthrough or another heartbreaking collapse. Just weeks before the exhilarating roar of the regular season was set to begin, a chilling silence fell over the Atlanta Falcons training camp. Kaleb McGary, the veteran right tackle, the immovable object guarding Michael Penix Jr.'s blind side, crumpled to the turf. The sight wasn't just another routine practice mishap. It was a potential season-altering catastrophe unfolding in agonizing, slow motion. The immediate aftermath was telling, not for what was said, but for what wasn't. While teams typically offer clear, concise timelines for minor injuries, Atlanta's cryptic, almost evasive updates have only fueled the growing anxiety, suggesting something far more serious is brewing beneath the surface. Garrett Chapman of Sports Illustrated perfectly captured the organization's palpable uncertainty, noting that the team appears to be taking an unusually patient approach while likely seeking second opinions. This deliberate ambiguity, this calculated vagueness, isn't merely medical caution. It's a desperate form of damage control. When a franchise keeps injury details this close to the vest, especially for a player as utterly crucial as McGary, it typically means they are bracing for the worst, all while clinging to the desperate, flickering hope for the best. The wide, terrifying spectrum of possibilities Chapman mentioned, ranging from a mere scare to McGary being sidelined for the entire season, vividly illustrates just how precarious the Falcons situation has become. This isn't just about losing a player. It's about potentially losing the very bedrock of their offensive strategy. McGary isn't just another name on the roster. He's been the unwavering, steady presence, the unyielding protector of the team's most valuable assets for 7 grueling seasons. His invaluable experience, his refined technique, and his quiet, steadfast leadership have been the cornerstones of Atlanta's offensive line stability. Losing him doesn't simply create a gaping hole in the lineup, it potentially exposes the entire offensive strategy, the very heart of their attack, to utter chaos. Without McGary, the intricate dance of pass protection, the delicate balance of run blocking, all of it is thrown into disarray, leaving Penix Jr. vulnerable and the offense sputtering. As if McGary's devastating injury wasn't enough to send shivers down every Falcons fan's spine, the team is simultaneously grappling with another, equally alarming tackle crisis. Storm Norton, their designated swing tackle, the player who should have provided crucial, immediate depth in such a dire situation, has been sidelined with his own injury for weeks. This cruel, double blow has transformed what should have been a manageable depth issue into a full-blown, 5-alarm positional emergency. The offensive line, once a source of quiet confidence, is now a gaping wound, bleeding talent, and stability. Kevin Knight, a keen observer of the Falcons from the Falcoholic, didn't mince words when describing the current, dire state of affairs. His assessment was stark, brutal, and undeniably accurate. The position opposite Jake Matthews is in terrible shape. This isn't hyperbole or sensationalism. It's a stark, unvarnished assessment of a team suddenly scrambling, almost desperately, to protect their franchise quarterback with woefully inadequate resources. The current candidates being trotted out to fill McGary's massive, irreplaceable shoes read less like a list of viable solutions and more like a collection of desperate question marks. Brandon Parker, a veteran journeyman, has occasionally shown tantalizing flashes of potential, but he conspicuously lacks the consistency, the unwavering reliability needed for a starting role in today's unforgiving NFL. Meanwhile, rookie Jack Nelson represents raw potential, a tantalizing glimpse of what could be. But he comes bundled with all the inherent uncertainty and unpredictability that accompanies proven talent at such a crucial high-stakes position. Both players have visibly struggled during preseason action, displaying the kind of jarring inconsistencies, the kind of fundamental flaws that keep offensive coordinators awake at night, tossing and turning with anxiety. When your multi-million-dollar quarterback's protection, the very lifeblood of your offense, depends on players who have been at best inconsistent, you're not just facing a personnel problem. You're staring down the barrel of a potential offensive meltdown, a complete and utter collapse that could derail an entire season. But here's where desperation, that raw, primal emotion, often breeds an unexpected, thrilling opportunity. The Falcons' current, agonizing predicament might just find its salvation, its unlikely solution, in an unexpected place, a place where another team's surplus could become Atlanta's saving grace. Dallas Lyle Collins, a seasoned 9-year NFL veteran, has found himself in an increasingly precarious, almost untenable position with the Cowboys. As training camps wind down, as the crucial roster decisions loom like an executioner's axe, Collins appears to be on the outside, looking in, a talented player suddenly deemed expendable by his current team. This creates a perfect storm, a confluence of circumstances ripe for a mutually beneficial trade, a lifeline for both organizations. The Cowboys, it seems, are increasingly uncertain about Collins' long-term role in their future plans, while the Falcons, on the other hand, are in desperate, immediate need of proven, veteran leadership at the tackle position. Collins isn't just available. He's exactly the type of experienced, reliable, and battle-tested player who could step in immediately and provide the kind of unwavering stability that Atlanta's offensive line so desperately craves. The sheer beauty of targeting Collins lies not just in his availability, but in his impressive, proven profile. With 9 seasons of grueling NFL experience under his belt, he brings the kind of seasoned presence that can instantly calm frayed nerves, provide steady, consistent protection, and elevate the play of those around him. He may not be a long-term, decade-spanning solution necessarily, but he could be the perfect bridge player, the immediate fix while McGary recovers, assuming, of course, that a recovery is even possible this season. Bro Talk from the highly respected Reporting Eligible podcast perfectly captured the growing sentiment, astutely identifying Collins as a name to watch if Dallas ultimately decides not to retain him. This isn't just idle speculation or wishful thinking, it's a clear, logical recognition of a perfect fit, a strategic alignment that could simultaneously solve pressing problems for both organizations. What makes this unfolding situation particularly fascinating, particularly compelling, is how it vividly illustrates the interconnected, almost symbiotic nature of NFL roster construction. The Falcons' agonizing injury crisis, their moment of profound vulnerability, could ironically become Dallas's golden opportunity to extract valuable assets from a player they were, in all likelihood, planning to release anyway. Meanwhile, Collins, a proud veteran, gets a crucial chance to revitalize his career, to prove his worth. With a team that genuinely, desperately needs his services, a team where he can immediately contribute and make a tangible impact. For Atlanta, this potential move represents far more than merely filling a roster spot. It's about salvaging their championship aspirations, about keeping their dreams of glory alive. The stark difference between having a reliable, battle-tested veteran like Collins anchoring the right side of the line versus rolling the dice with unproven, inconsistent options could very well determine whether the Falcons compete for a coveted playoff spot or watch their season crumble, yet again, due to catastrophic offensive line failures. The timing for Atlanta couldn't be more critical, more urgent. With the regular season approaching with terrifying speed, every single day of uncertainty, every moment of indecision dramatically increases the risk of being caught utterly unprepared. Offensive line chemistry, that intricate, often unspoken understanding between 5 men, doesn't magically develop overnight, and whoever steps into McGary's colossal role will need every available practice rep, every single snap to build the timing, the trust, and the cohesion essential for effectively protecting the quarterback. The Falcons' current, agonizing predicament perfectly encapsulates the razor-thin margins that separate exhilarating success from crushing failure in the brutal, unforgiving world of professional football. One seemingly innocuous practice injury has suddenly, dramatically transformed their entire season outlook, forcing difficult, agonizing decisions and emergency planning that could very well define their immediate future, and perhaps even the long-term trajectory of the franchise. McGary's injury timeline remains frustratingly, maddeningly unclear, leaving the entire organization in a torturous limbo, suspended between the fragile hope of a swift recovery and the grim, undeniable necessity of preparing for an extended, potentially season-ending absence. This agonizing uncertainty, this constant state of flux, makes the Collins option even more attractive, even more compelling. He provides crucial immediate insurance, a safety net regardless of McGary's eventual unknown prognosis, while simultaneously bringing the invaluable experience and the quiet leadership needed to weather this unforeseen crisis. The next few days, the next few hours even, will be absolutely crucial for Atlanta's front office. They must deftly balance their understandable desire to remain optimistic about McGary's recovery with the harsh, undeniable reality that their season, their championship dreams, could be over before they even begin if they fail to secure adequate, reliable protection for their most valuable asset, their quarterback. This unfolding, high-stakes drama perfectly illustrates why savvy NFL teams invest so heavily, so meticulously, in depth, and why veteran leadership becomes utterly invaluable during moments of profound crisis. The Falcons are about to discover whether their front office's ability to navigate unexpected challenges, to make bold, decisive moves under immense pressure, truly matches their championship ambitions. Will La'el Collins become the unlikely hero, the unexpected savior who swoops in to rescue Atlanta's season from the brink of disaster? Or will the Falcons' tackle troubles become the painful, indelible footnote that explains another year of unfulfilled potential, another season of what-ifs and might-have-beens? The answer may determine not just this season's fate, but the very trajectory of the franchise for years to come. What do you think, Falcons fans? Should the front office pull the trigger on the Collins trade, making the bold, necessary move to protect their future? Or do you believe they have better, perhaps more creative options that we haven't even considered? Drop your thoughts, your deepest insights, and your most passionate predictions in the comment section below. And smash that like button if you're as invested in this unfolding high-stakes drama as we are. Your insights might just predict how this crucial storyline ultimately plays out.